Good day and good evening, and welcome back to Dailies Hangout stream with me, Chaiji, but you can just call me Kai. So, as usual, we go through most of the daily roulettes. We skip MSQ, Guildhest, Mentor, and Frontline. And we'll see, like, what time it is when we, like, finish. We usually do the 4-mans, then the 8-mans, and then the Alliance raid. When we're done, if we have time, we'll probably do Saint Oreo as well. If we're really early, we're probably not, but if we are really early, we'll probably also do try to do Juno. Now, that said, hey Ceros, hey Zaf, hey Afi, hey Talama, hey Mistel, hey Mizu, hey Jinmonica, hey CT, hey Falca, hey Brontome, hey Ilya, hey K to the A to the J. Hey Kai, hope you're doing well as well. Hey Naomi, hey Elana, hey Ivis, hey Milo, hope you're all doing very well. Right, let's see here. Isa says no more sub. Fair enough. Well, hope you're having fun with Prime 4. Bronson says I have an early question someone else may have an answer for. For Scholar, how much speed is required for their new dot from Change Stratagem to be worth going for overall compared to other stats? So the way spell speed works with dots, say Cat and Bobomet and Riftwalker and Long Disease. Actually, that's Bob. Sorry. Hope you're all doing very well. The way spell speed works for abilities is that, by the way, coming in a video soon, if you are a magical job, so a job that, you know, relies on spell speed, then spell speed will increase the damage of your dot ticks. Just like skill speed, only skill speed increases the damage of your auto attacks, and you know, skill speed increases the damage of physical dots. Well, weapon skill dots. It also increases the damage of ability dots from a physical job. So, for instance, Gunbreaker's Bellshock. Or Dark Knight's Salted Earth. I believe the only ability-based dot that originates from a magical job, so, you know, a disciple of magic, that isn't Blue Mage, is Baneful Impaction, which is the one Scholar gets after Change Stratagem. The simple reality is that if you're trying to bump the damage of Baneful Impaction, then Determination increases it more than Spell Speed does. So there is no amount of spell speed where this happens. Because Determination, like, it's basically like going, how much tenacity would I need to have for it to be better for damage output than Determination? There is no such amount, because Determination will always be better. In fact, even when you account for the diminishing returns, because having more Determination effectively, because of the linear increase, means that more Determination will be proportionally less impactful. Even with that into consideration, the fact Tenacity is about 20% worse at increasing your damage output means that Tenacity will never catch up enough that it will actually truly be better. Although, you know, having a bit of both never hurt anyone. I'll say, Twine, hope you're doing well. Falca says, how much spell speed would Ninja need to make single target Doton work? I have some bad news. I said it's in an upcoming video. I did some myth bustering, guys. And it turns out that Doton scales with skill speed. Yeah, I'm also shocked. Does that mean Bart wants spell speed? Twine, if you rewind, it's really important to take note that Bart is a physical job. So all of its dots scale with skill speed. Also, Bart doesn't have any ability-based dots. Also, hey, Snow Shiro, hope you're doing well. And hey, Aradel, hope you're doing well as well. Just to clarify one more time. Skill speed increases the damage of weapon skill based dots and ability based dots that originate from a physical job, so a disciple of war. So basically not a healer, not black mage, red mage, summoner, or pictomancer, or blue mage. It also increases damage of auto attacks. Spell speed increases the damage of spell dots and ability-based dots originating from magical jobs, so Disciple of Magic. And this is where it gets funky, it also increases the healing of ability-based healing over time effects in general, which does mean, hold on to your hats, that spell speed increases the damage, so if you take Dark Knight, skill speed will increase the damage of Salted Earth, but spell speed will increase the healing of Shadowed Vigil. On Gunbreaker, Bioshock will gain damage from skill speed, but Aurora and Heart of Corundum gains healing from spell speed. It's mega cursed, extremely cursed. But again, once again, the increase from spell speed in these weird situations is less than the gain you would have gotten by just picking Determination instead. And the increase from spell speed to healing on Gunbreaker or Dark Knight is low enough that there is no amount of Determination that is so high that spell speed would do it better. So there's no reason to do it. But you could! Also, hey Sally. And Tongue. And Rust. Hope you're doing well. It's mega cursed, but you can't use it for anything. Like, it's genuinely, legitimately not helpful. The only jobs where there could be an argument for spell speed, even remotely, where it isn't a mage, is Paladin or Dark Knight, and both of them are like, yeah, but it doesn't really work. Like, Dark Knight has gotten even worse about it, because the only things that Dark Knight would use spell speed for is on Mend, you don't really care about that, and your AoE combo, like your filler. That's it. And because of all the additions over the years, your burst on AoE usually means that most of the fight will be done with physical attacks. You'll probably open with Delirium, whoop, 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 3 GCDs right there. Maybe you'll have Disesteem, that's also a weapon skill. And you might have enough blood gauge to do Quietus a few times. So by the time that you're going spells, there's not very much left, so it would actually be smarter to just have skill speed at that point. It would save you more time. Also, hey Vjek, hope you're doing well. And hey Kinrao, and Matthew, hope you're doing well as well. Why does the party finder not give more info for the duty that someone needs help with? Like, it would really help if it would at least told you the level of the activity or the expansion it's from. Like, you mean like it should say more than just Altadal's legacy? Hey, Sleepy Blood, hope you're doing well, and wow! Thank you so much for the pink super chat. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Oh wow! Thank you. By the way, love that it is actually pink. Thank you so much. And hey, Poco, hope you're doing well. And yeah, I did see that, Sleepy Vlad. That is amazing. That is something that I really enjoy about these, like, at the end of the year recaps, is I find it very, very, very cool when sometimes, like, you know, from your perspective, you might be like, oh, that's silly that that I have this recap where I watched this specific channel a lot. For me, it's like, oh, that's really nice that someone actually enjoys what I do that much. It really means a lot. So thank you so much. I get what you mean, Matthew. Absolutely. I don't see a reason why it couldn't give more information. Like if I click this one. Yep. I don't have any counter argument to that. That's good. It should do that. It just doesn't. That is weird. I never thought about it because I remember most of them naturally. Matthew says, apparently you're my most... there's a few that have come out being like... that have shown to be in the top 0.2% and in the top 0.1%. Mistel says, if it doxed me, then I'm so sorry for lurking so much. Oh, I don't get a recap telling me who watched me the most. It does on Twitch, I think. But not on YouTube. Also, as I said, I don't mind. I'm like, that's really nice. No, it'd be really funny though, not count as a reason. I mean, having a weird stat, like if you're doing casual content on, for instance, Paladin, and all of your gear is melded to spell speed. Let me put it like this. If you're in, like, I don't know, as I said, like a normal raid, and someone calls you out on it and says like, oh, don't do that, you're an idiot, you're basically trolling. It's like, would you rather I don't have any materia? Because that would be fine. It's a casual duty. Like, that seems like a way to bait someone who is a little too nosy. Like, if I inspected someone and saw that they had like all spell speed melds, I might be like I might ask. Just to be like, are you sure? Because all I would need from them is just, you know, validation that, no, they know that it's stupid. And then we can move on with the day without A. Zab says I have mostly tenacity material on my tank set. Even, I would say even in Savage, if I saw a tank that was otherwise playing correctly and they had tenacity melds, I don't think, like, if they asked, I might comment on it. But if they don't ask, I would be like, they probably know what they're doing, and if we're lacking damage, that's not the reason. Now, with that said, maybe we should actually start playing the game. If you would like to join me for Expert Roulette, come on over to me over here. Whoa. We could do that. Do we do all tank memes again? To all healers. Well, I can actually say I know from past experience that all healers is very possible, but it might be exceptionally time consuming. Maybe if we get enough people that are like healers as we go in, then we might do it. I don't want to like grab people and then be like, no, you all have to switch to a role you didn't actually sign up for, like that. A bit. Oh, I wonder what happens. Who's taking autos? I'm imagining we do a little bit of a mix. I've turned on my tank stance. I have a feeling it'll be most dangerous if I'm tanking. Quick, grab a mob and run away! Yoink!
Not all are warriors, but they will follow orders. Kill and survive and so forth. Here,
I'm glad to hear that, Sleepy Vlad. Run! Hey Caetsu, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm going to... what I'm curious about is what happens on the second boss. I'm going to guess that we all just get, like identical behavior mobs. Because of the way that they should behave.
The memories of a physician. One who saves lives should be reluctant to die.
Snow Zero, did you see what happened when I soloed this dungeon? One of the mobs approached me, fought me specifically, and the other three just kind of stood there. And after the fight, they just auto-attacked me because they didn't manage to link to anyone. So they didn't know what to do. Like, they hadn't actually connected. I'm pretty sure that when they initially, like, tether to someone, they determine what the role they have to play against. And then they'll use tools based on that. Oof. But yeah, if one of them decides to play as if we have a healer, then we'll have trouble. Hey, poof poof. Hope you're doing well. It didn't even break the TPN. Guys, we have too much mid. Sleepy Man says, does your FC do holiday events?
Oh,
We don't really do
overburden the
events.
system. No matter.
We just kind of hang
Serve
out.
its purpose.
It's been a long time since we've had an event. In the past, the mount farming streams were actually private events. Then, because our FC is very, very small, we're like, we could do a stream out of it, and then like people from the stream could join, and then we would not be undersized. Like, we would actually be 8. That could be nice. That could be good. And that worked really well. And then like life happened, and then it just like it took so long for a day to come up where we could actually all play. So some of us that were frequently available just decided, well, we could start farming mounts, and then it became like a weekly thing on the channel, or bi-weekly, I guess. But because we're so few, we don't really worry about planning events or anything.
Next, we visit a prison of sinister.
Because if I could plan an
and
event
not
for the
compelled
free
to
company,
fight.
I could plan an event for the YouTube channel, and I'd probably just do that. That's not to say that there can't be events. Someone else could plan something. I just don't. How small is small? We're like... I think we have like 19 individuals, but over half of the FC has not logged in over a year. So practically we're like 10. Possibly even less on the daily.
These are loyal executioners. They shall deal appropriately with criminals.
Would you like the FC to be larger? No, we're pretty specific about like, we don't like outright invite very often. Sometimes we ask an individual if they have been looking for a while, but we're just trying to make sure that it is a safe place to be. A YouTube FC? I mean, as a result of my friends being very supportive in what I do, most of the people in the FC watch the YouTube channel, but a large part of them were in the FC first, or are in the FC unrelated to it. Oops. Thank you so much for the... I'm guessing the reprime? It's not sure. It's not being very clear in what I can see. Thank you so much. Hey, Seraph. Hope you're doing well. Oh, whoops. Jose Asymmetricon, hope you're doing well. I'll come help over here so we all can help all in this together. No!
Beginning to tire? Good. I bid you continue.
Bronson says, I thought that FC you mentioned was actually on a separate account for anonymity. No. I don't have time to have a separate private account like that. This is it. I sometimes joke when people act like I have ran into individuals that basically judge my ability based on them basically looking up my FF logs, for instance. They usually don't use that information very smartly either, so good on them. I usually point out that, hey, have you considered that there is the possibility that this is not even my main? You didn't think about that, did you? And that, like, I don't even need to say anything more. That usually, like, they've usually left by then. Like, they usually are the type that just, you know, comes, says some garbage, and leaves. But, there's not very much they could say against that, because they wouldn't be able to know whether I do or not. Hey, Red Panda, hope you're doing well. You're secretly Hector. You know, that one might be difficult because I have actually, on record, landed in the same guild test as Hector. So...
the desperation will serve well. The enemy is at the gate. To arms, good soldiers, protect your kingdom.
I think he was queuing Mentor Roulette. Which was also what I was doing, for the record. I didn't comment on it initially, I think. Then I landed in the same guild test as Hector like 3 or 4 more times, and it eventually became me going, nice doing what you do, you know. I appreciate his guides too. And later, I think he said, we can't keep meeting like this. And that was that, really. Did he know you? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he recognized me, and that was that. I don't know if he watches my channel. That's okay if he doesn't.
An amalgam of memories. Let us see how it fares.
Hey Yannick, hope you're doing well. It was a really funny sequence though. Because it was like some regular duties and suddenly we just got into this chain of pulling poison posses with Hector repeatedly.
Countless lives are lost in a senseless conflict. The war swells in scope and intensity.
Thank you, Erdl.
The bombs rain down without pause or mercy.
It's very complicated, Matthew. There's like a ranking order based on oh. Well, I guess you can take it yourself also. Sure. It can depend on how many raid buffs you have. It can depend on
everywhere, pillaging the promise of the future.
On the specific fight. A lot of the time, it just depends on how much gear you have. Hey Themis, hope you're doing well. Or if it's AoE, that also matters, yeah. Cat? Cat has maxed out on Vuln snacks, guys. Did you know that it caps at 8? I believe it used to cap at 16 at one point. Hey Silva, hope you're doing well. And that's true, in Occult Crescent, that's a different kind of own stack that I believe doesn't have a timer. Oh yeah, LB. Nice, Poco. Very nice. Wait, how fast was it? What do you think the limit would be before an auto just puts you down? The funny thing about that, Sleepy Vlad, I'm not entirely sure how impactful Vuln stacks are. Based on what I've seen in the past, I would even go as far as to suggest that sometimes it isn't a linear increase, and I'd suggest that it varies between duties. So, big question mark. I'll say Grim Raven, hope you're doing well. 16 minutes, yeah, that's decent. I think I've done expert roulettes in like 13 or 14 minutes, but 16 with 4 tanks is pretty good. Let me see here. Next up, we're doing level cap dungeons. So if you'd like to join for that, come on over to me. I wrote some names from the previous set so that those that didn't make it, I noted them. But I'm also noting people that come over to me now. I'm trying that as a way to make it a little less chaotic. And this one and this one. I've written down names that came over. So like, if you want to join, you just come over, and then I'll know. I want to set the high score. Oh, that's difficult. Again, because it varies. Right. Oops. I believe 16 is the maximum, but don't know for sure. I'm not exactly a Vuln stack collector myself. All DPS run next. A thing with all DPS run is that we actually tried that in the past. Back in Endwalker, we did a... we tried all Summoner. We got the Lapis Manalis. And we couldn't beat the final boss because he overwhelmed us with just damage. Which also means we cleared the rest of the dungeon. Sackboy, I hope you're doing well, Sackboy. Hello. Just Riddle of Earth. Earth it up. You see, the trick is someone said, please not you wear water. That's how the game gets you. It's like, that's what you don't want. Got it, buddy. You should always make sure to ask, like, say, please not the thing you do want. And then you'll know that you're safe. Hey Daniel, hope you're doing well. Black Mage looks so overpowered. It's not. It's very strong. But it's pretty fair, as far as I know. But hey, if it looks overpowered, give it a go. It's fun. I almost had it. Yeah, the ley lines, like, I'm just telling you, if one day a patch came out and they changed the ley lines to just look like a ring target, most learned black mages would be like, yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, also that, Caetsu. That's basically like a given. That's also why I usually, if I know a fight, I try my best to wait until the thing that could target me has already passed and it's too late. Because it's gonna target me if I put down my ley lines. And if I don't put down my ley lines, it still might target me, but then I can just move. At what level do you get portable ley lines? I think it's like level 96. You could do that, Sleepy Vlad, but almost every time I try that, I'm reminded that ley lines is perfectly sized as the average targeted circle AoE. It's actually impressive how perfectly they matched that. Like, it's matched so perfectly that, like, actually it's like the radius of the ley line is exactly the the diameter of a ley line is exactly the radius of your average targeted circle AoE. So it doesn't matter where you're standing in the ley lines. If the circle AoE targets you, then it fills out the entire thing. Math! Ah, man. I caught it too close. At least I caught it right at the start, so the damage down will go way early. Boink. Math from the math man. Yeah, exactly. Leyline circle is always on ice. You can't simply walk from edge to edge. Wow. Now that's mean. Maybe they make like aspected ley lines. So if you put them down while you're in astral fire, the ley lines are on fire. Wait a minute. What do you prefer? Would you rather actively take damage from standing in your ley lines or slit on your ley lines? What happens when you put them down when you're in neither state? Well, then you just get boring old ley lines, but who wants that? Am I right? Hey Ham, hope you're doing well. Maybe the ley lines being ice could be like opti. Like if it lets you slide a certain distance, like out of the ley lines, then you could use it as a mobility option. You just have to be smart. In fire state, you get the pyretic debuff. Ah, well. Hey, Agatosaka, hope you're doing well. Under the boss. Wait, when did I get rid of my fire starter? Hello? Hey, Titus. Hope you're doing well. Oh. Good luck with the job interview. Hope it goes well. Oh man, this job is so immobile. It can't dodge anything. That's a... I don't think I've seen this configuration before. Of course. The Automaton Queen is apparently a cartoon character that can fly. Just standing on air. Fantastic. It's a very convenient ability. I think I'm going to die, guys. See, I feel like this is like a flashback. I do a set of mental roulette as black mage and I end up tanking a little bit for half the duties. Again. We did it! Just hold DP. Just expect it. Just prepare for it. For a 5-head. Just expect it. And then just, you know, be third in enmity. What's that weird green button on your bar next to LB? This one? It's a mount. Hey Yogiri, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know either, Sleepy Blad. I really don't know. It would be nice if it was an option. Does science figure out what's in the hole? Hope you're doing well. Right. Just checking that everyone seems to be back. If you'd like to join me for high-level dungeons, which is you know, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, come on over to me. Checking names. Please stay as I'm picking people. Because I'm writing down names. There we go. Hey Guzzle, hope you're doing well. It's randoms, but it is community randoms, which means that they're high quality. Oh boy, Somal! Exactly, Agatozaka. Hey Momo, hope you're doing well. I'm over here waiting to have taken enough damage for raw intuition to even do something, and my HP bar barely moves. Wow! What a pull! Hey Volvian, hope you're doing well. He summoned the fire. Bam. He's also the kind of boss that has the no warning tank busters. Epic design. Epic boss design. Oh. My god. That looked like a good old legacy controls. Not just no markers, it doesn't have a cast. So it's just suddenly it just thwacks you. You're just supposed to know that it's coming. Boink. Okay, that's the last time we had cleaving auto attacks. Did M4S Phase 2 have cleaving auto attacks? No. Okay. Then I think it's yes. And Necrophyts, hope you're doing well. Can extract material while running? Yes. Nay, David, hope you're doing well. That was fantastic. Someone else was like an inch ahead of me, so when the mobs spawned, they aggroed to them and not me. So I could get my full value sprint. It's the late worms, Steve and Steve. Like, right, we made it to the mob, to the pile of enemies, right? Nope, everything's dead. Oh, well, you still have to contend with us, the two Steves. I don't know why they're named Steve. They just are because it would be funny. Boink. Steve and Steve-a-thing. Double Steve. Wow. Suddenly his mechanics have changed. What are we to do? And now his mechanics have changed to normal again. But don't worry, Ralph. I have seen what he has. I believe at least one Mentor-led video, I went on a whole like spiel explaining everything he does. But I had to explain some things that didn't even happen. I believe he has a frontal cleave that leaves behind a little orb that explodes. So tanks that like step aside and then step back to where they were get sniped. Hey, Shackman, hope you're doing well. And hey, Costa, hope you're doing well as well. Oh man, oh boy. I don't know why they decided to assign that enemy to look like, oh whoops, Order. Oh well. To look a little bit like to me he looks like a muscly alligator or something. Really random. Right, he's actually Devil Joe. Scooby-Doo unmasking. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling streamer chats. I'm going. Did you know that those torches have a max range? Isn't that funny? It's very large, but it does have a max range. Blarg! How about some more blobs? Oh, they can be stunned. I don't think there's a problem with that, Agatozaka. The only time where that becomes a little bit mean is if you stick around for a really long time. Like after the dungeon. But aside from that, it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure, you can do that, Akatosaka. The thing is, some players just don't feel like they have time to look through the loot during the dungeon. So they just don't. I usually check the loot as I run between packs. There's usually plenty of time there. It's a real shame that this boss is so short. Like the mechanic here, that like there's something here. If this boss lasted like 2 or 3 times as long, then this would be a problem. Hey Magnus, hope you're doing well. Now this is just daily roulettes. If I was doing Mentor, it would have been a Mentor stream. Oop. Exactly, Sleepy Bad. Like, that boss could become a lot more interesting by simply making it have more HP. Its tank buster actually hits for like 9k, which is like, that's relatively speaking pretty solid for a dungeon boss in that level range. So all it needs is for the fight to go on long enough that its actual real mechanic can do something before it dies. Is it a tank buster if it randomly hits a DPS? Tong, did you not see the deadly thrust mechanic? I was not talking about flying press. Flying press is a spread marker. Deadly thrust is a tank buster. But yeah, like, basically, the funny thing is just that the fight has something enough going on that if the fight just lasted twice as long, then suddenly it would become a way more interesting fight. Let's see. Before we continue, I will be right back. So, in the meantime, sanity restored. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, the thing is, Snowshearer, as far as I can see, it only reduces the arena size once. But the flying press circles stick around, and each time it does another flying press, it makes the existing circles bigger. I don't know if they can expand more than once. It's been a while since I've ever seen it do flying press more than twice. But if it did, you could imagine that would be really, really scary very fast. And you would have to make sure that the flying press is like put out on the edge so that it doesn't just immediately expand from the center and remove all options. Hey Poppy, and hey Deadhoof, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. I would say Astrologian is probably the hardest healer to learn, in my opinion. But some would say that the answer to that is Scholar. And yeah, also as Boobomet said, it can be very subjective. Ridmaster says, I decided to try the new Monster Hunter content, and it's kind of sad how hard it is to get into the trial already. Well, the problem is, who's queuing for it? And who's queuing for Trial Roulette? And is level 100, and have unlocked it. It's the same thing as Gilded Araya back in Endwalker, and that one was required to max out your relic weapon, I'm pretty sure. That it took a long time to queue for. Because, like, the amount of players that do something like Trials Roulette at max level is not that many. Because the biggest reward is the XP. Are there any benefits to Dark Knight tanks over other tanks? Dark Knights have the biggest capacity to concentrate their burst. They have the biggest barrier. And they do have a distinct advantage against magic damage. Due to Dark Mind. The main disadvantage Dark Knight has is that it heals less than the other tanks. But let's just say that the difference in advantages and disadvantages between the tanks are small enough that it has to be rather specific before you're like, no, you can't bring a Dark Knight. Or you can't bring a Warrior, you can't bring a Paladin, you can't bring a Gunbreaker. Although usually Paladin, especially, has a toolkit that is so well constructed that the only reason you wouldn't bring a Paladin is if there's something wrong with their damage. Which is, again, it's very specific situations. On that note, if you'd like to join for Leveling Roulette, come on over to me. Let me just do this, and then I'll write some names again. Right. Is the weakness of Paladin just hallowed ground? Paladin has something with a very inflexible burst rotation. And its invuln has the longest cooldown, as you kind of mentioned there. Alright, Tongue, enjoy your evening.
Please turn back.
And at times, you know, it's a balance thing. Paladin does less damage than other tanks, certain other tanks. Now this is an awkward level range for Viper. Oh boy, Serpent's Ire just gives me a coil. Great, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I'm not too worried about it. I can find something entertaining in Viper levels almost every single level range. Even low level, I can be like, oh, that's pretty funny. You can do a weird mix of single target and AoE because you don't have a proper... You can't properly finish your AoE yet at this level, or you only have one half of it, and weird things like that. I can find some joy in that. Not something I'd want to play all the time, but it's fine. There is something funny about being in the level range where your burst is actually using Vice Winder twice. But I'm also a player that can find entertainment in playing low-level Black Mage. Which I understand not many can. I really thought that I had clocked the timing for that feint, but I did not, in fact, have that. Oh well. Sub 50 Black Mage is rough? Yeah. But it has some really funny things that it can do. My favorite is the fact that when you have Fire 3 but not Firestarter, spamming Fire 3 is a gain on one, a single target gain. It's so cursed that it's extremely likely that if you actually do it in one of the few dungeons or duties where you could do it, it's almost guaranteed that someone will be telling you not to do that. Because it's incorrect in all other levels. I think it's like 6 levels or so where it matters. Also, for clarification, it's like a 1% damage gain.
I'm warning you. Stay away.
Peoples Yumika, hope you're doing well. What makes Viper work as a pseudo-fist ranged? I mean, it's just it has Uncoiled Fury. It doesn't really fix the problem. It just means that unlike all other melees, Viper especially, or compared to all other melees, Viper especially can get away with standing outside melee range for like nearly, like something in the ballpark of 10 seconds if they plan for it. That's it. It just means if you plan for it, Viper can be at range for a very long time. I have never ever heard the excuse, Agatosaka, that the reason why not all jobs get their AoE by level 15 is because it would overwhelm new players. Why would it do that? I believe that the reason why not all jobs gets their AoE that early is some sort of deliberate job design. There's something to be said that in those low levels, melees actually have a tendency to have weirdly strong single target damage. It doesn't matter because, you know, low level dungeons, like, sometimes you'll straight up pull the boss with the trash, and some of the jobs with AoE options, even good AoE options, also do a lot of single target damage. Hey Dan, so what are you doing here? So it's not a really great argument, but balance at lower levels just isn't like a huge, like a super high priority. So the reason why it is like this is probably because they have an intention behind it. Whether that intention seemed to land very effectively, now that's a whole different story. Me personally, I think that it's perfect. I think it is fine that that some jobs get their AoE options later. But if we're going to act like there is like a very special balance reason for it, then make sure that that one is sanctioned and actually upheld. As in, okay, if we're saying that the reason why melees are slower to get their AoE is because they're supposed to do better single target damage in those levels, then make sure they do. Like, that kind of stipulation comes with a very, very strict requirement that it has to be like that, man. Agatosaka, you know how I react to the "but you'd agree with so-and-so" comments. No, I don't. Healers below level 45? The main problem with healers below level 45 has nothing to do with their AoE options. It has everything to do with the difference between a healer at level 35, for instance, and a healer at level 90.
I cannot let you take Meteon. Not yet.
I feel like it is very strange that the way you play healers changes so drastically as you level up. Because you just get drowned in options. The other roles don't quite do that. It's not like DPS just like massively change the basic approach to how they play their job just because they have more OGCDs. And tanks still, you know, do things like cycle offensive, they just have more of them. But healers switch from being heavily reliant on their GCD for healing to not. And it feels so strange that they do it like that. Especially because at some point it switches to being like, it's almost like specifically a noob trap to use your GCD for healing, which I think is not very smart. I say, Flems, hope you're doing well. Sage is the only healer with an AoE before level 45. Yes. Back in the day, Scholar had Bane at level 30.
I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
Get a warrior to tank the vault to learn healer. I don't think that's a smart move because Did you know, Sleepy Blad? Did you know that Warrior can solo the Vault synced? Why is the healer here? Hey Shaq, hope you're doing well. To be cute, the healer's just standing there doing poses. Oh, not even that, Sleepy Vlad. Consider, you don't need the DPS either. Which means that your defensive cooldown arsenal is good enough to manage it. Hey Zip Zap, hope you're doing well. This Warrior can solo most dungeons synced, right? They can solo... Probably... There's probably more dungeons they can solo synced than not. Okay, hope you're doing well.
I will have the time and tranquility I require.
And Lollipop Pizza, hope you're doing well as well.
Gather to me.
I'll say, Matthew, I think that on my end, the hope I have for something like that is based on everything we've been told and what is happening to job design in the game. I would probably be kinda annoyed if after all that posturing, quote unquote, we just get 10 levels of new actions again. And that where there's like technically one new button. I wouldn't be very happy with that. And when I say posturing, I mean specifically because we've been told that the next expansion supposedly should have a strong focus on, you know, improving job design. We haven't been promised that, but we've kind of been told that. So if they go that route, then that's going to look really stupid. What would you prefer? I don't know. That's the key here. It's very easy to be a critic. It's very easy to be like, what we have now sucks. I have suggested some things for some jobs. I have suggested some things here and there that I think would make things better. But I'm not, you know, I'm not a developer. I don't know what's even possible. But I can at least say, oh, whoops. Where we're going right now may not be it long term.
Dancing winds, pierce my foe, even when transformed. But I am not finished yet.
Boink, 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 and boink. Oh, he survived. Okay. Do you agree that voice lines and instances, dungeons and raids, etc. making them really memorable? Actually, yes. That one I agree with. In fact, like back in Endwalker, I made a video about what makes a fight memorable. And every single example I gave was pretty much... like, the vast majority of them was the fight has voice lines. That's it. Like, that's it. So yeah, I do agree with that. So after this, meanwhile, me muting voice lines. I mean, there's of course a preference. And that's also an important detail. You can just mute them. So if you don't like it, you can just take it away. Thank you, Ardell. No worries, Agotosaga. The reason why I go like, no, I'm not doing that is because it's a very leading question. Like, it's something a journalist would like go up to a politician and be like, do you agree that? And then I'm just not gonna say anymore because I'm not gonna have a quote of me saying that. And then like if they don't, like if they say yes or no, or they try to avoid the question, then oh, you have a headline. I say, Travis, hope you're doing well. Got any advice for shaking off the rust? Find a striking dummy and practice your rotation on that. May Bobblers, hope you're doing well. Would you agree the Reaper and Viper are just melee versions of Red Mage? Do you agree that people should drink water? Oh boy. Do you agree that Kai's worth subscribing to? Yes! Yeah, that one. Yes, also the water drinking and the Reaper and Viper thing. I think that's a meme we've been doing a bit. Do you agree? Just in general? Do you agree? Period. Question mark. Do you? Do. Agreeing, gradually deconstructed. Well, those are very, very many, a lot of cursed questions suddenly. A combination of curse and weird. And Ariel coming in with it. Do you remember the 21st night of September? I don't even remember last night. Hey John, hope you're doing well. Let's see. What the? That's a record scratch moment. What? Do you agree that do you agree questions, very leading questions? Yeah, exactly. It's a trap. It's probably a trap. Those are not gonna pop. Right. If you'd like to join me for Trials Roulette, come on over to me. Wow, we're still many in my garden. Let's see. Ivele, hope you're doing well. What are your thoughts on Ninja? I'm not very good at it, but the job is great. It's pretty fine. It's very solid. It's possible, Yugiri. That depends on what you mean by missed something. A lot of things happened. Themis bets on Shadowbringer's trial or above. That is a Shadowbringer's trial.
Come. Prepare for judgment.
Come! Prepare for judgment.
This will be a mercy. To me, my servants, feast upon these villains and their foul sins.
Hey, Matty Norms, hope you're doing well, and thank you so much. And welcome to the game.
Mine if you refuse to die. I will strip you of the illusion of will. Then you will suffer. Yes, that will be your punishment.
Suffer, suffer, suffer.
Receive of me my blessing and rise higher.
Receive of me my blessing and rise higher. Very good quotes.
I will crush you. Suffer, 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 and know your folly. Damn you! Why do you not fall?
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I don't think I've seen that happen before.
What? What is this?
Would you agree that things were in fact missed? Yes.
The light surges within me. Ah, such bliss.
Such bliss.
I see now. This is the passion of my ascension. Very well. I shall embrace this trial.
Swing swung. I shall embrace this trial. Phew. This is the passion of my ascension.
Feel my wrath.
Blech. Oh. That's a shame. I was like really squaring up to like sneak through there, and then he just stopped. Oh man. Bruh. Ow. Hey, we did it! I don't believe there is, Viek. Ow. Ow. Hold this! Uh-oh. Yeah! Run! Evacuate the ley lines! I should have placed those ley lines further out. An archer level 95 in a roulette that has not done any of the MSQ. Wait, what roulette? Huh? Huh? Let's see. So what Zav meant by finish 3.0 or post patches 2, Matty Norms, is when you hit, you know, the max level of a specific expansion. So for instance, Heaven's Sword level 60, like when the main quest, the MSQ, hits that level, very quickly you'll have a specific main quest called Heaven's Ward. And after that, there will be credits, and then you're in the post game. For example, for comparison with A Realm Reborn, which you have completed, when you completed Porta de Comana, you saw credits roll. What came next was the post game, and what came before was 2.0. And then, like, so then you're in Heaven's Ward post game. Fair enough. There you go. Aurum Vale. Oh yeah, that one is an optional dungeon. I'm surprised that you could unlock it at all with no progress, though. Hey, Shadow Prince. Hope you're doing well. Do we just continue with this team? We just need one more person. Any takers? Any willing gamer in the yard? We have a Zav in the yard. A Zavi gamer in the yard. I believe there's 2 different ways to unlock Aurum Vale, Sleepy Blad. I think it's not even the only dungeon. I think the male Darkhold also has 2 different ways to unlock it. One associated with the Grand Company. I think... Cup of the Sun. And then I cast Flare! Take this! Bam! Oh, right, this one. That's correct, Agutazaka. I don't know if they're like they're basically considered savage, so they're not in the normal raid roulette. Oh, I'm sorry, Naomi. What's your favorite dungeon OST? I think it's Amarot. Hey, Butterfly Spirit, hope you're doing well. Butterfly Spirit, hope you're doing well. It's complicated, but overall, based on my calculations and based on my personal calculations, the benefits of using Flare on single target level 60 outweigh the downsides. Hence, I would say yes. But it is one of those things where there are situations where you probably shouldn't. Or where you didn't have to. But the difference between is so small that... Let me put it like this. I would... In a level 60 duty, I would never question a Black Mage whether they finish or don't finish their Astral Fires with Flare. It's like, whatever, you do what you want to do. The difference is very, very small, and ultimately, one of the main advantages of skipping Flare comes down to how the fight ends. So, like, me seeing you not use Flare, I will only know whether that was actually beneficial for you, like, 3 or 4 minutes later. And I might not, that might not even be it. So that's just, it's not something that, is worth really being too specific about. I prefer to finish with Flare Because, as I said, I believe that the benefits outweigh the particular downsides there are. Is Flare lower potency than Fire 4, actually? Yes, it is. I believe the calculation is that if you take a whole sequence, so you go, you know, Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4, Fire 3, and then 7 Fire 4s, and then a Flare, and compare it to the exact same sequence, but without the Flare, then the sequence without Flare is like, average potency is like 1 higher. As in, the average potency you produce, with all things considered, is 1 higher. Something like that. But that only works if you assume that every fight will end with you finishing exactly with that final Fire 4 or Flare. And many times, you will, you know, be doing like, oh, you'll be in the middle of a Blizzard 3 or a Blizzard 4 when the fight is ending. And that, like, it doesn't account for that. Like, the exact calculation to determine this assumes that the fight goes on indefinitely. Like, just an infinitely long fight. And exactly where the fight ends in your rotation matters. Whether you were in rate buffs when you were prompted, whether you wanted to finish with Flare or not, matters. Because the Flare is better than a Blizzard 3 or Blizzard 4, and if that Flare is replacing a Blizzard 4 or Blizzard 3 in rate buffs, then it is worth using because of how small the difference is. And because of the existence of UI1B3 Swiftcast, which is using Swiftcast to use Blizzard 3 after Transpose, which is a damage gain, using Flare to align yourself more nicely so that you can use an instant Thunder to do Transpose Swiftcast Blizzard 3 means that whether you choose to Flare or not also has an impact on your ability to do that. So basically what I'm saying is there's a lot of moving parts, and just tossing aside Flare because your napkin math said that it's a 1 point DPS loss in a vacuum is not smart. I'll say, Emily, hope you're doing well. The Realm Reborn raids have a few things where it might be problematic solo, but I think you can do them alone, Agatsasaka. Yeah, my advice would be you just finish with Flare. Just do it. Just go for it. Just make sure that you're only finishing with Flare if you can't afford Fire 4. Right. Next up will be Alliance Raids Roulette. I'm just gonna see how many people not in the current party would also like to come. Could you like congregate so that we can see how many we are? Because we might make 2 smaller parties instead of 1 big one. Do you have a quick summary of the 50 to 59 Black Mage AoE rotation? I mean, it is in my Black Mage guide. The problem with your question is that it changes a little bit. At level 50, roughly speaking, your AoE rotation is ... flare, transpose, freeze, fire 2, flare, etc. Where you put in thunder reapplications where you need them. Optimally, after flare, because you're gonna transpose after flare. You're not gonna transpose after ice because you, like, basically, you don't want to use Blizzard 2. That's the real problem. At level 58, things change a bit, because now you can do freeze, fire 2, flare, flare, transpose, and because you do 2 flares, if you can transpose, like if you can do thunder after freeze, you could go freeze, thunder, transpose, flare, flare, transpose, freeze, but you don't want to use thunder again if you don't need to reapply your dot. Is freeze, freeze, transpose, flare, transpose worse? Two things on that, Butterfly. One, yes, double freeze is worse than freeze fire 2. Second, transpose has a 5-second cooldown, so you cannot transpose after one flare. Like, straight up, freeze, freeze, transpose, flare, transpose is an invalid sequence. But a freeze for the sake of damage is beaten by the combined damage gained by using a chilly UI1 Fire 2 into an Astral Fire 3 flare. Like, the damage gained on the first flare compensates and makes it better. What about a second flare then? As I was saying, the reason why you use Fire 2 flare is because the Fire 2 puts you for free in Astral Fire 3, which means that the first flare will do 180% damage instead of 140% damage, and those 40% is better than, like, that. If you add that to the Fire 2, then Fire 2 is significantly better than a freeze. And I have it all in my Black Mage guide. Level 50, you go flare, transpose, freeze, fire 2. And the only time you like sprinkle in a thunder is if you need to reapply it, and optimally you do it after flare. But that's not necessarily going to happen. At level 58, you have Umbral Hearts, so you do double flare, but other than that, the rotation is unchanged. The only time where it might change is if conveniently you're going to apply thunder again after freeze, then you could transpose there, flare, flare, transpose again. But only if you actually needed to reapply that dot. Otherwise, no point. Because again, Fire 2 into an Astral Fire 3 flare is better than reapplying thunder just for the damage, like without considering the dot. Like if you already have plenty of dot uptime, then you don't need to do it. Hey Balanci, hope you're doing well as well. I hope that makes sense, by the way. But it is funny, Fire 2 actually has that kind of purpose all the way up to max level. If you plan poorly, then Fire 2 beats Ice Paradox on about 6 targets. It beats High Thunder 2 if you don't need to reapply the dot, and it beats Freeze at max level. So if you plan poorly, you may actually find yourself needing to cast a chilly UI1 Fire 2 at level 100. And it's still a gain over not using Fire 2. For the same reasons. Astral Fire 3 flare is good. Right. Can we potentially have the ones that want to join for... I'm assuming Ilana wants to join. Can we have the people that wants to also join for Alliance Raids that is not currently in my party congregate around Ilana? Was Black Mage AoE so complex? Because numbers, man. Let's see, that means we have a 4 and an 8. If we can have 2 players join that party, we can have 2 6-man parties. Anyone that wouldn't mind hopping over to them? Yeah, it's hopped over. Rust will also join. Then we don't need any more to leave. So this will be our party. It is also worth mentioning that while people make a huge deal about how big of a loss it is, it's not devastating to your damage if you go, you know, Blizzard 2, Freeze, Fire 2, Flare instead. It's not as good, and doing the, you know, the optimal one is so much better that I don't recommend doing, you know, the basic version where you use Blizzard 2 and that. But if you find it too overwhelming to do like the optimal stuff, just don't. For most content, it won't matter, or it won't be a big deal. Someone might comment on it, but like, I'm just saying, if you're doing that rotation, I'm not gonna comment on it. I might be like, they could do slightly better, but I'm not going to ding someone for doing B2, Freeze, F2, Flare. Party 2 is also ready. I will queue us when it says 25. What high-end content require the complicated Black Mage AoE rotation? I mean, M6S has an ad phase, and technically M7S also has an ad phase. So those two fights would have periods where you'd actually need to consider it. Trash phase. It's just an old school term for ad phases. Or ads. EX5? Yeah, I suppose so. But yeah, for the most part, the content where it would matter would also be content that is at a difficulty level where, arguably, if you don't feel comfortable playing the optimal like AoE rotation on Black Mage, then you're probably not comfortable enough with Black Mage to play it in that content. So I don't think you need to worry about that if you feel like Black Mage is a little overwhelming. Did you do EX5? We did EX5 on stream. It took us 5 hours. I believe. Hey! We landed in the same one! Hey! Yeah, exactly, Agotosaka. That... Exactly. That by the time that you hit, that you hit that hard content, you should be good enough that you can that you can help others learn those basics. Now in before I die here, because silly, hard to memorize mechanic. There's a specific one that I tend to get hit by. Ugh. And it's not the orbs. But yeah, as Emily said, in a casual duty, you might notice if a black mage is performing like a slightly easier AoE rotation. But not really. Not really. I usually notice if the black mage is like doing, like spamming high fire 2 for each astral fire step. Like if you do more than the single one to switch state, then it becomes noticeable. Oh, whoops. Yeah, as in I have done Alexandria runs where I'm like, this is kind of slow, and then I'm like, oh, the black mage is spamming high fire 2s. Of course it's slow. Like I'm just saying, there is a reason why in my Black Mage guide I mention it the first time that kind of AoE option isn't very good anymore, that you can still do it, but then I never, like, I don't mention it again for the rest of the guide, because the transpose style is so much better that, just practice that is more value for your time. Just try and do it. You'll learn it eventually, and it'll be better. The problem is that some people take it to an extreme where they're like, Fire 2 cannot be used for any reason, which is not true. But I will also say, when I say it's noticeable, you know, it's noticeable relative to what I see. Exactly, Emily. And High Fire 2 does not do very much damage. Relative to that. It's mainly the whole package that makes it really difficult for High Fire 2 to compete. And when I'm saying High Fire 2 to compete, I mean spamming it. The first one... Oh boy. The first one that gets you into Astral Fire 3 isn't that bad. The problems arrive when you start spamming it. But as I said also, there is a difference between what is considered, you know, bad damage, what I notice, and what is actually, like, you know, perfectly fine. And I would also throw my hat in the ring on that one, Caetsu. While the Black Mage non-standard AoE rotation is really weird, it does make something that for most jobs just becomes, you just mash the AoE button instead, into something interesting and different. And the worst that can happen is that you're having a little bit of trouble with it. I would also add, by the way, in regards to the transpose stuff, that if you're playing on a high latency, then the weaves necessary might actually be difficult. So it may be actually better to just switch with Blizzard 2 and Fire 2. Like if you, for instance, if you're playing on 300 MS, which I have experienced when I play on OCE, rarely, then just do Blizzard 2, Freeze, Fire 2, 2 Flares and a Flare Star. And just loop that. Still use Thunder, still use Foul, all that goodness, but just switch with Blizzard 2 and Fire 2, it's fine. But if you're not on the latency and it's just a skill issue, right? If it's just a skill issue, then I'd say try. It's gonna be fun. Whoops. I missed a weave. My death rattle. Things will never be the same. I missed one death rattle. You know, the funniest one for me, Caetsu, is I very quickly notice if someone has the same voice as my character. Really stands out. Ooh, yeah! It's just Viper doesn't say very much. Boom! Oops. We got a roasted potato. I'm a potato. Oh, right. We have an LB too. I think we killed the boss too fast, guys. A Caetsu? Yeah, I guess I would be. Imagine you're fighting a boss and that happens one day, Lana. You get it to 0.1%. And then you hear the death sound from Undertale. And it just does, like, it reverses it. And then Hopes and Dreams start playing and now you lose. Oh no! Fringe Kais, nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh nice. I was afraid I'd have to step out of melee range. Yeah, the ones that make the most noise are usually, I would say, ranged physical jobs make a lot of noise, and some melee jobs. I mean, it's just a thing. They just have more attacks that make, like, that cue character make noise. Machinist is also pretty noisy at times. What about noisy Lala Vipers? I think the reason there is specific jobs cue specific voice sounds from the character. And specific, for example, Lalafell voice packs happen to have a very, very loud voice for a sound that Viper uses a lot. I'm pretty sure that the voice pack that I use on my character here has like 4 or 5 different versions of just and then one where she goes, oh yeah! And that one just isn't present on Viper. Not really. But it's very present on Machinist, I'll have you know. That's true, Machinist players can't not say pew pew during the rotation. Bam! Backslash! Now charging, please wait. Boss is loading wipe party.jpg. Please wait. How do you say it? The more damage it does. Sploot. Xenos may have been onto something when he yelled KILL before every tank buff. So, you know, that is an interesting point. Maybe that's what makes it so strong. Wobbler says, one time I had someone claim the platform had a wall, and they demonstrated by doing a running animation in place towards the edge. I still don't know how they did that. I'm pretty sure I know how. I can't really demonstrate it here, because I can't demonstrate it. It has to be someone else instructed by me. So it'll have to be after the dungeon of the raid. It is indeed running in the 90s, Ceres. Running in the 90s. The way it is performed is if you've ever done this thing where you just mash forward to like basically do this, like you just do this like frozen running motion but just doing this, for other players it will look like you're running in place. Of course, running in place asterisk, depending on how effectively you're doing it, you will move more or less. But if you're mashing really fast, then you're basically moving nowhere while doing a forward running motion. Yeah, exactly, as Caetsu explained. The reason why Ceres called it running in the 90s is because I have shared on the Discord server a very old little clip I made with a friend demonstrating that exact thing, and running in the 90s is music used in that clip. Yep, so Ilana and Snowshoer were both doing it. So if you didn't notice, you can rewind the stream and see it. But I imagine that's what they did. Laser saturation. I used True North a little bit ago and then did my weaves in the wrong order because somehow I confused myself because I was doing the flank positional from the back. Task failed successfully. I'm pretty sure that lost me more damage than if I had just not used True North. Hey, gamer fan. Hope you're doing well. I just stockpile all of my Fantasias. I have 5 now, and I've never bought one. Clanging blows. Oh. It still says, I'll never forget the mental roulette video where you took the tank buster here. Oh yeah, that was something. And then I survived. Thanks to healer help. A good old case of my death was greatly exaggerated. Or was it? We did it! I don't want anything. Whoop. What did the other scholar do? Did they? The question is whether that's a sarcastic loved or a real one. Not once did we use chain stratagem on top of each other. Oh, nice. Very nice. Right. I think we have time to do Sand Oreo. So I'm just gonna say, if you want to join for the newest Alliance raid, come on over to me here. I can see how many we are. Thank you, Rust. Does that mean that you don't want to join, Themis? Well, we have one space if anyone wants to come. Where's your house? Well, it is on the EU data center Chaos on Louisoix in the Lavender Beds, Ward 29, Plot 36. Right. Oop. Oh, what? Okay. That's been a while. The instant Q pop. For when you have places to be. Yeah, you know, I also thought about that, Aradel, but that's that always comes up like very late. They're like, wait a minute. It was a little late now, I suppose.
Chateau d'Origny? Is this meant to be Sandoria? More echoes!
It's pretty normal that when we get around this time in the stream, that we're a lot less. Both because people have places to be, but also because we had because there's less people that can join for it. Some people don't have it unlocked. Some are not high enough level to even have a chance of having it unlocked.
Ron 4 is supposed to be a quiet place that sees its fair share of new adventurers. We must fight our way through.
It's not a chaos thing, Yogiri. It's just It's just that those old alliance raids are not always run super much.
Here. It would appear the land has been altered.
But it shouldn't be a chaos-specific problem.
This is all a peak. We must be ready for anything. By the gods, it's Kirin.
You, who have risen above your mortal status. I am Kirin.
You look a lot more muscular than the Kirin I know. And also kind of more demonic.
I bring to bear.
2 bears once again, guys.
This is no power I've seen before. But I won't be daunted.
The power of arm. Is that the power of bear that you bring? Those the 2 bears? Bears do have to, that's true, they do have 2 arms. Yeah.
A comrade is in trouble. Someone heal them.
Oh, guardians divine, lend me now your might. Oh, sail you.
Hey, bear arms. Oh boy.
The divine beasts. Have care.
Man. Well, Alxol is just taking it, huh? Just standing in like 3 overlap circle AoEs. Why not? And a donut. Meow.
You shall reap the rewards for daring to contend with the gods.
Yeah, as I was saying, Yugiri, it's not necessarily a data center thing.
There is no escape.
Those old alliance raids are just like not always run a lot, so you essentially need a lot of people doing alliance raid roulette to then land in the duty, which like you usually have better chances the closer you do to the weekly reset. Sorry, the daily reset. Also the weekly reset, I guess.
Know your place.
But that's like 4 hours ago.
must
And sometimes
thank
you just have better chances than others, and there isn't really a specific
It seems
rhyme or
we've impressed
reason to
Kira.
it.
Let us keep up the good work.
When you next proc M8S, can you do the callouts exactly like that? I'm sure it'll improve the party's experience. Wait, exactly like what? Oh, it's a sing-song. Ah. That would be really hard. With Estinian's voice.
It's Ultima and Omega. They're attacking those airships.
Donuts.
Ultima and Omega are on a rampage. Who unleashed them?
At this rate, everything will be laid to waste.
The airships are taking heavy damage. We must do something.
Isn't it possible to set up an unsync with 3 different alliances? Oh yes, you can. You can probably do the Heavensward alliance raids mostly with just 3 players,
Glad you're
actually.
safe. Come, let's keep moving.
You know, a few more wouldn't hurt, but you might be able to do it with just 3 players, 1 in each alliance. So you could post up in Party Finder and just see if people will come and help.
I do not see an easy way back, but I'm sure you can handle things without me.
Okay. I could just double down on the same spot. How about if they move into it? Somehow I have aggro on one of the bosses. That's very scary. I guess I'll just attack the other one then. If it really came to it, you could all meet on the OCE data center materia. There would be some connection, like worse ping, but other than that... Oh no. Nope. The horseshoe maneuver.
An impressive show.
Thank
Hurry
you.
now. Do not keep me waiting.
An impressive show. Oh, that's what happened. Ilana straight up died from aggro. A clipper.
You shall find me.
Pretty funny. Both of these AoE pulls, it was just like a random small guy that was the last one to die.
Come then. Show me
Hey
what your
Beast,
kind
hope you're
can
doing well.
do.
There's a lot of game, but I would say it's reasonably beginner friendly. It's a very long game, you could say. So if you don't mind that, you should be fine. Also remember that the game has a really nice free trial. So you could just try it without paying anything. And see how you like it before you buy.
Once more, shall we? Kneel! Behold the glory of the Zalat!
You're seeing right now looks intimidating. Thankfully, this is like max level content.
You are naught but insects to be crushed!
So by the time you reach this point, ow, you should be equipped to handle it.
Fate. Kneel before Zalatian wisdom and die! This is the power of crystals, transcendent, sublime. By their might, I pave the path to paradise. I am the will of the crystal.
BAM!
That you should still stand. Very well then. Careful now. The face of war is ever changing. Tremble!
Tremble! Did you hear him? You must tremble before his might and his crystals. Oh! I was trying to do some tricks and then I managed to mess myself up into dying with Shaq instead.
Kneel!
That is fantastic. I was trying to like cancel the knockback, but I guess I pressed like a moment too late.
Oh, sublime Estok! Drink deep of the elements!
Ice. Fire. Water.
Accept your fate!
No!
I thank you for this amusement. Insolent fool.
It's a lot of insult for someone who's actively in losing range. Ow. I mean, he's still in losing range, even if I die, so...
Be gone. Why? I am the will of the crystal.
Oh, Sublime, why? That's something we've all thought once or twice in our lives, right?
Return to the
Oh,
crystal from which you were
Sublime,
born.
why?
As for the rest of you, I invite you to the gate of the gods.
Every day. Snow just says me when I see someone spamming Cure 1 and nothing else.
Do not disappoint me.
Me when I see it snowing outside. Oh, Sublime, why? Me when you agree? Now that's a callback. Where is that black mage? Where the black mage? Oh.
This world shall belong to the Zealot.
This world shall belong to the salad. The salad.
Can you escape this, I wonder?
Can you escape this?
Be gone!
It's also an alliance raid, I'm pretty sure. Escape this! Like a knife through butter!
Round and round.
This world shall belong to the lizard! A fun fact, I think I mentioned this one a few times before. While he's doing the circle or donut thing, you can actually see which side he's gonna cleave based on where he's facing during the cast. Because he's already facing that direction before the cleave begins.
My javelin pierces all.
My javelin! My javelin pierces all!
Allow me
Into
to
the
show you
arena.
a trick I've learned.
I mean, Redmaster, it would be both a hilarious April Fool's joke, but it would also just be really, really funny if they just went like, oh, that's actually a bug. We just never thought about it. We never had time to fix it. And then they just fix it. But like the change is in the bug fixes list, and it's just contained in the various other things that sometimes are listed. It's like they don't even clarify that that's what they fixed. And then you do Circus Tower, and then you just die. Like a knife through butter.
I also understand the true nature of my existence. So come, let us finish this.
Scream louder! I want to remember this!
I will illuminate you and make this world ours. The time for games is over. Behold my true power!
Behold!
I shall forge a more fitting stage for our battle.
With his magnificent power, he managed to word no more games differently.
All pales before our brilliance. Perhaps some magic in the mix. You fought well, but it's time to say goodbye.
Okay, turn the console off. Oh.
My javelin pierces all.
When the players take no more games too literally, the entire alliance raid just leaves. Oh, it's no more time for games? Okay. Guess we'll have to do something else.
Even in this false flesh, I will not lose to you!
Rude. We're trying our best, man. Come on. Oh, better get hit by one than both.
Let's try this.
Hey. Hey Isaac, hope you're doing well. That single scholar fairy tick saved your life. True! Was there a hole in this triple triad board? That's his secret weapon. His special super mode is basically like the you know, like the thumb trick. It's like, oh. The one image of that mascot running through bombardment, but its ears very Kabi with a life-saving heal tick. And we did it! We did the thing! Also that, I mean, if you survive with 1 HP and then don't die afterwards, then it was skill. It was planned, obviously. That's how it works, right, guys? Guys? But we made it! Oh, kind of. But on that note, if you would like to be part of the Discord community server, there's a link in the chat right there. There you will find the weekly schedule where you can see what else is coming up in the coming days. I usually update it Sunday or Monday. You'll also find the announcement room with links to videos and streams that I put them out. And if you grab the reminder roll in the role assignments room, you'll get a notification whenever I do post a video or stream, as well as an extra one around 15 minutes before stream starts, so you can catch it right when we go live. And if you'd like to support the channel even more directly, you can become a member, you can subscribe, you can like the stream, you can follow, super chat, cheer, all that goodness. If you don't like any of that, there's also a Ko-Fi link out. I'll post it right there in the chat. It all helps support me and the channel directly, so I can focus on doing stuff like this with all of you. So thank you so much for support. But that'll be it from me tonight. So good night, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are in the world, and hope to see you all very soon. Bye-bye.